Hello and welcome everybody to Tempe, Arizona, where today we have the Cactus Classic underway in Arizona. South Mountain Sports bringing to you live action. Currently we're on Field B between two very solid teams for today. For Women's Club Lacrosse, we have BYU, or Birmingham Young, as most people know. BYU is 3-4 in conference play and 6-7 overall, entering this game against the underdogs against UC Santa Barbara. UC Santa Barbara is 3-1 in their conference play and 8-5 overall on the regular season. The favorites to win this game today: UC Santa Barbara looking to start out the Cactus Classic hot against the win against BYU. It's going to be a fun one here in Tempe, Arizona. Should be exciting. Face-off underway here in just a few moments. So far, getting squared off in the face-off zones. Number 27 for BYU. That'll be Delaney Harbert. And then also squaring off for University of Santa Barbara, we have number 10. That'll be Lauren Robertson, the defensive back. And so far, players getting ready in positions. It'll be a fun one. Again, we're bringing everything live to you on South Mountain Sports via YouTube. Referees getting things squared away. And a lot of action in here. We got 3 separate fields today with 3 separate games. There's a lot of things kind of happening in this Cactus Classic early on. I believe on the other field we have a game of ASU versus SDSU. That'll be on Field C. And another one happening on Field C. That'll be GCU versus OSU. Face-off happens. BYU now going for the ground ball. Scooped up. Trying to get past the midfield point. Currently holding it for BYU. That's number 7, Kate Johnson. She's running forward. One of the attackers for BYU. They go coast to coast. BYU now trying to play X. Kate Johnson doing a good job. Dishing it out to her middle midfielder, Hannah Nelson. Hannah trying to move on the inside. Great cut back. Doing some great work. Some great cradling. Staying at the top of the crease. Good job and a good spin move there too by Melina Hansen. She goes inwards. Gets stopped. Trying to set up a screen. BYU can't do anything with it. Dishing it back off to number 14. That's Sydney Sewell. Sydney falls to her knees. Kind of a hard angle from this one, but looked like Sydney might have gotten hit pretty hard there. I think guarding her was number 24 for University of Santa Barbara. That was Grace Davison. She was one of the midfielders. Looks like she took a hard shot to the shin. Hopefully everything is okay right there. BYU will bring in an early sub. Fans and parents alike all cheering. Always terrible to see a tournament kick off with an injury. Hopefully everything's okay. Now subbing in is number 33 for BYU. That's Belissa Gonzalez. She's one of the attackers for this BYU squad. Hopefully, again, everything okay. BYU trying to resume play here inside the crease. BYU's back to it. Referee signals. Here's the play now. Upcoming. Great solid movement by BYU handling. It's number 7. That's Kate Johnson again. Johnson now. Good cradle movements along the fan. Trying to do a good job finding an open teammate. Can't do it. Grace Davison with some tight defensive play. Ground ball, however, trying to get scooped back up by BYU. Scrambling forward and finally into the possession of Santa Barbara. They lose it again. BYU controls. BYU losing it. Santa Barbara finally getting possession. Santa Barbara now trying to be on the attack. Doing a good job moving forward. Number 11 handling it. That's Brooke Ellis, one of the midfielders for the Santa Barbara squad. A little bit of mismatch play. Everybody gets in formation. Passing it off to number 13. That's MK Colleran. Colleran dishes this one back to their other midfielder. That's number 29, Grace Emery. Handling it well. Trying to move along the right end of the crease. Dishing this one back out to number 10. That's Lauren Robertson. She's trying to move on the inside. Can't do anything with it. Tried to go for a centering pass. However, nobody there. This one gets fumbled around. Santa Barbara trying to stay in control. Dishing this one across the mid-side. And a great block there by BYU. BYU doing a good job to stop. I believe that was number 16 for Santa Barbara. That was Kia Kofid. She did a great job trying to move on the inside. Found an open lane on the crease, but BYU goalkeeper doing a great job. That's Anna Kreppel. Now moving in on the inside, number 11 for UC Santa Barbara. And looks like we'll have an early goal here by UCS Santa Barbara. Great job there by, I believe that was number 23. That was Hannah Kang. She did a great job moving in on the inside. Beautiful movement. Apologies about that. University of Santa Barbara goes up early on. And University of Santa Barbara doing a good job getting on the scoreboard early. BYU now in a 1-0 deficit. Still decent amount of time remaining here in the first period of play. And face-off upcoming. Dishing it over. Looks like we'll have an early face-off. And this will be given to BYU. BYU now taking it forward. Number 17 handling it. That's Amelia Henderson, midfielder. This one, number 27. That's Mia Chambers. Another midfielder for BYU. Ground ball movement. UCSB picking this one up. Handling it's number 11. That's going to be Brooke Ellis. Ellis handling it. Passing this one over to number 10. That's Jackie Entz. Entz dissing this one over to number 29. That's Grace Amiri. Grace handling it now on the right end of the crease. Trying to move on the inside part of the arc. She's going to alternate all the way behind the goalkeeper. Trying to get a centering pass. Will this back out to the fan. Handling it's number 24. Grace Davison. Dishing it back in to Ellis. Ellis handling it in on the top of the box. MK Colleran holding it now. Again, another dish to Emery. Emery will pass this one along the right side. Santa Barbara can't handle it. This will get almost past the outside of the box, but getting it right back, that's going to be Grace Davison. Davison now trying to make a dash on the inside part of the crease. She throws it. BYU can't get it. And barely tipped out. A great block by BYU. Stops a potential goal for UCSB. And now a lot of fighting happening in front of the crease. Santa Barbara trying to handle it, but BYU kicks it away. This will be given right back to BYU. And now BYU back into having possession. Moving this along the left end of the field. Number 21 handling it. That's Abby Deegan. Abby Deegan dishes this one back to Whitney Esplin. Esplin trying to move forward. Great defense, however, by Kia Kofred. Now a 16-on-16 matchup. BYU trying to handle it well. This is poke checked away. University of Santa Barbara has a 3-on-3 attack. Moving forward, it's number 11. That's going to be Brooke Ellis. Ellis will dish on the inside. And here's a bounce shot, and she gets it. And number 11 for University of Santa Barbara, Brooke Ellis, gets her team back in the scoring column and gives herself an early goal. And a beautiful goal there. That was a great pick by the University of Santa Barbara, taking that one away. Santa Barbara just was able to get on a fast break opportunity, had a mismatch, and they capitalized. 2-0, University of Santa Barbara. Great job there. Face up again, upcoming. 2-0 is the score now. Getting things squared away. University of Santa Barbara trying to take this away. BYU still winning the majority of face-offs. Number 5, that's going to be Tessa Fry. She gets this one. BYU trying to move up on the inside. Still handling it around midfield. Nice pass, however, over to Abigail Hooper. This one gets loose. UC picks it up. Now a one-on-one opportunity. Handling it's number 16. That's Kia Kofred. She's trying to dish on the inside. A great cut. She'll throw it in. A one-on-one gets blocked. Great job by BYU. That was a great job by Anna. She was able to knock that one away. BYU trying to make sure nothing else goes in early on. BYU now handling it over on the far end. That'll go out of bounds. BYU will throw this in. University of Santa Barbara gets it right back. Handling it is Grace Emery. Emery now on a one-on-one fast break opportunity. She'll wait for her team to catch up to her. Grace waits along the left end of the arc. Now moving in is number 13. That's MK Colleran. Colleran will try to move up on the inside. A great centering pass and another bounce shot. Beautifully played out by Julia Bogdan. And Julia Bogdan gets her first goal of the game as well and puts UCSB up by another 3-0 early on. Julia did a great job reading the inside part of the arc. No one was around her. She was able to make a great cut on the inside. She did a great little stick juke move and was able to find an open one-on-one attack. She took the shot, bounced it between the legs of Anna, and was able to capitalize. UCSB now up 3-0. And a great start for UC Santa Barbara. Doing a phenomenal job trying to start this tournament off with an impact, and they've done it. And again, UC Santa Barbara, apologies. They are 8-5 overall this season. Again, the favored for this game as well. BYU were already the underdogs coming in. They were trying to look to start this tournament off hot by getting a win against one of the better teams in this entire tournament. Again, there's still a lot more games left to play this weekend. We play all through Friday night here in Tempe, and then we also play early Saturday morning to midday, and then we'll have an award ceremony around 5:15 p.m. on Saturday, and then at 6 o'clock will be the All-Star game for the top players in here. And still, a lot more games left to be played. BYU would take on SDSU in their next game, and they'll actually be one of the last matchups on Saturday on Field C, where they'll take on Georgia. And with that, that'll signal an end to the first period intermission. Second period now underway between both these teams. And heading into the second period of play, we'll have UC Santa Barbara leading 3-0 after goals by Brooke Ellis, Hannah Kang, as well as Julia Bogdan. BYU still scoreless, looking for their first goal, hopefully in the second quarter. Here's face-off, upcoming. Mia Chambers squaring away. BYU gets it early on. Trying to make an attack and go on an early breakaway. Number 3 handling it. That's Hannah Nelson. Nelson with a great juke move. Splits defenders. A great job there. Dishing this one right back out to Tessa Free. Free dishes this one onto the inside. They can't control it. UC Santa Barbara picks it up. Solid ground ball. A little bit of a mismatch. UC moving forward. Great job so far by Julia Bogdan moving up. She's going to wait for her team along the fan. Fake pass move. Handling it well. She'll dish this one back to number 18, Amanda Grissom. Passing this one right along to Grace Emery on the right end. Handling it again is Kia Kofred. Kia dishes this one out to the left side of the fan. That's Julia. Bogdan will dish this one right back over to number 23. That'll be Hannah Kang. She has a goal already tonight. Number 29, Emery handling it on the right end. Dishing it right back over to Kia Kofed. Kia trying to move up on the inside end of the crease. Can't find anything. She'll dish this right back out to 29. That's Grace Emery. Emery along the right end of the crease. Passing it right back over to MK Colleran. Colleran will dish this on the inside part of the arc. Now handling it. And a nice cross pass, but can't get anything across the middle. It was a great job and a great play there by Colleran. She just wasn't able to find an open man across the middle part of the field. And moving in is Grace Emery. Grace Emery trying to dish this one back along to Julia Bogdan. Bogdan can't control it, losing possession. BYU will pick it right back up. BYU again trying to move outside of their box. Great pass. BYU handling it well on their back end. Handling it's now 27, Mia Chambers. Chambers moving forward with it. BYU trying to make something happen. Ball gets poked away, and a great poke check by Santa Barbara. Handling it now is defensive woman number 17, Maya Dumas. University of Santa Barbara doing a good job controlling it in their own end. Handling it's number 12, Emma Rothgen. She'll dish this out to the right side. Handling it is Grace Emery. Emery now, she has 3 defenders in front of her. She'll wait for her team to catch up. She'll move along the right end of the crease. A good body check, however, by BYU. Pokes this one away, but however, Santa Barbara still able to control possession. Dishing this across the right end That'll be Hannah Kang. Kang passing it right back over to Colleran. Colleran tries to dish it right back over to Kang, but that gets picked. Now moving forward, number 3 for BYU, that's Hannah Nelson. Hannah Nelson trying to go coast to coast. She'll get checked down. That'll be a foul on the play. Getting possession right back and maintaining it is BYU. Handling it is Nelson. Nelson was fouled just outside of the box. Moving in now. Number 5, that's Tessa Free. Free will dish this one back out to Nelson. Nelson now passing over to Sheffield. Sheffield trying to move up on the right end. She'll do a nice little cut. Won't do anything for her. Centering pass, and BYU gets it. Great job and a great read by BYU. BYU did a great job moving that one up on the inside. I believe that was Tessa Fry who was able to get that one to go. And BYU gets themselves on the board. 3-1 is the score now. UC Santa Barbara still leading by 2, but a great job by BYU nonetheless. (27-11) squaring off again. That'll be Brooke Ellis squaring off again with Mia Chambers for the face-off. And BYU finds themselves on the board here in the second period of play. And still 3-1 is the score. BYU trying to change the tides. Face-off opportunity. A little bit of a poke there by number 10 for BYU. That was Lauren Robertson, and that'll be just given right back to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara now trying to handle it in the own zone of BYU already. Trying to make a fast opportunity happen. And here's the dish on the outside part of the arc. That's Brooke Ellis. Ellis trying to dish this back in to 29. That's Emery. Emery handling it well on the back end. They'll go behind the net. Trying to do a good juke move behind the goalkeeper and trying to get this one to go, but nothing to go. Pass this along the arc. Handling it is Ellis. Ellis trying to move forward. She'll dish this one back out to Eanes. Ann's not able to do anything. Strolling around the top of the arc. Trying to move in and going for an under the leg shot. That was a great opportunity by Colleran. She tried it. Didn't work out. Great block, however, by Anna Kreppel. Handling it well, however, is University of Santa Barbara. Doing a good job trying to make something happen. Moving up on the inside is Grace Davison. She wasn't able to find an open lane. Handling it, however, is Enns. Enns loses possession. Passing it right back out, though. It's number 3, Hannah Nelson. Nelson trying to move this one forward for BYU. BYU now moving out of their own end. Trying to get up to midfield. They're able to do so. Handling the stick well, but through defenders. This one gets poked away. Santa Barbara doing a great job playing aggressively. Almost going out of bounds, however, is Emery. Emery wasn't able to control it to the best of her abilities, but Santa Barbara is still able to hold on. And a loose ball wasn't handled well by number 11. That was Brooke Ellis, but Santa Barbara still maintaining possession. Santa Barbara moving up forward. And great speed by Grace Davison. She'll try to move this on the inside. University of Santa Barbara can't control it. They'll try to go over the top, and they do. Great job, an over-the-head pass and an over-the-head shot by number 16 for University of Santa Barbara. That was Kia Kofid, one of the main attackers for this UC Santa Barbara squad. Great job for the University of Santa Barbara. They get one right back and put themselves back in the scoring column. 4-1 is the score. And 4-1 in the second period of play. Great matchup nonetheless. University of Santa Barbara playing aggressively, doing a great job, moving things along the inside part of the crease. That X attack has been working out well. BYU's done a great job too, playing some tight defense. The attack needing to be raised. BYU still has an opportunity to keep this a close game and get right back in it. Face-off upcoming. And finally gets dropped. BYU trying to take it, and University of Santa Barbara will get this right back. Santa Barbara's number 18, Amanda Grissom, handling it, trying to move on the inside part of the crease. They'll dish this one out to the back end of the net, passing it back over to Kia Kofed. She scored the last one. She's trying to move up on the inside. Solid centering pass. Hannah King, however, will go back to the top of the box. She'll cut on the inside, trying to get something to go, but she won't find anybody open. Handling it again is Kia Kofed. Kofed will move this one over to the left side of the arc. Handling it again is Grissom. Grissom trying to find an open lane. She can't do so. She'll dish this out to Colleran. Colleran trying to move along the right end of the arc. Dish this back over to Kia behind the back end of the net. Hannah King handling it. King will dish this one back over to Grissom. Grissom trying to move in, and a great cut. She did a great job there moving and wasn't able to find anybody on the inside. Julia Bogdan now moving in. She scored a goal earlier in the first period. Here's Kia. She'll try to do something along the back end of the net. Kofad dishing this one right back out to number 2. That's Kayla Carpenter. And loose ball within the middle part of the crease. Nobody able to get it. BYU looks like they finally picked it up. Looks like there'll be a foul that'll be awarded back to BYU. They'll move it forward. And great job taking UC Santa Barbara out of some dangerous territory. This one can't be handled. And a 2-on-2 opportunity here for University of Santa Barbara, and a hard check sends number 13 MK Colleran down for University of Santa Barbara. This will slow down play. Santa Barbara trying to move this on the inside of the crease and get revenge after a really rough body check there that was laid out by number 17 for BYU. That was Amelia Henderson. Handling it well as Kang. Dishing it right back over as Embry. Handling it on the inside, getting hit hard on the inside as well. That was number 18, Amanda Grissom. She wasn't able to do anything with it. BYU takes back possession. And foul will occur within the own end for BYU. This will be awarded back to them. University of Santa Barbara now playing defense once again. Good job by BYU trying to move this one up. Handling it now is number 7. That's Kate Johnson. Kate Johnson's being guarded by Julia Bogdan. Trying to check her out of bounds, and she'll lose it out of bounds. But green card will be awarded to number 15 for University of Santa Barbara. That'll be Gracie Rodriguez, the defenseman. Now, BYU maintaining control, trying to move this along the back end of the net, trying to go for a centering pass, wasn't able to get so on the inside of the crease. A good block, however, by number 37, that's Karina Narin, the goalkeeper in for the University of Santa Barbara. Now lots happening. BYU trying to make something happen on the left end of the crease. Solid pass, however, back out to Mia Chambers. Moving it on the inside, getting fouled within the crease. However, no call. UC Santa Barbara trying to pick this up. They'll move forward. Minor foul committed by BYU. This one will be given back to UC Santa Barbara. UC Santa Barbara trying to move it up on the left end. Handling it after dropping it for just a second is Grace Emery. Grace Emery can't hit number 16. That was Kia Kofed. That'll move out of bounds. That'll be awarded right back to BYU. BYU's number 21. That's Brenna Miller. She's handling it now. And that air horn signals an end to the second period of play. So far, we'll take a halftime intermission, but as we move into halftime, let's review UCSB 4-1. The Gauchos against the Cougars. Good job on both ends so far between both these squads. UC Santa Barbara has done a phenomenal job being aggressive and staying on the attack, as well as BYU, who's been aggressive as well, just haven't been able to find their stride yet and hit that point where they can put themselves right back in this game. Still lots of time left to go. BYU still hopeful. 6-7 overall record for BYU, trying to get into the 500 column. And so far, UCSB trying to extend themselves over an 8-5 overall record to a 9-5. Still lots of time left to play in this tournament. We'll be back after a brief intermission. Hello and welcome back, everybody. We just had our brief intermission between periods of play. Third period upcoming now between both these squads. Still 2 periods left to play. Let's remember, University of Santa Barbara up 4-1 against the Cougars. Still an exciting game. BYU still has an opportunity to get back in it. Lots and lots of time left to play. Getting ready for the face-off. Number 11 for University of Santa Barbara. That's Brooke Ellis one of the midfielders for UC Santa Barbara, against BYU's very own number 21, Brenna Miller. University of Santa Barbara losing control. Ground ball. BYU trying to pick it up, scrambling for it, handling it well and poking this one away. Is University of Santa Barbara. Looks like we'll have a checking call. Handling it again, however, is 24, Grace Davison. She's moving up on the inside. Grace tried to go for a bounce shot, but didn't have enough on it. BYU picking this one back up. Handling it now, number 7, Kate Johnson. Johnson passed it up to the opposite side. She'll get it right back. She's cradling now, trying to move up to the midfield line. She's out of her own box, finally up in midfield. Good cradling so far by Kate Johnson. She's gets stuck between 3 defenders for University of Santa Barbara. They're trying to poke it away. Johnson loses control. Santa Barbara players and company moving forward again. Number 8 for UC Santa Barbara. That's Summer Briata. She'll move forward. Handling it well is number 16, Kia Kofed. She had a goal in the second period. University of Santa Barbara doing a good job passing this one over to Jackie Enns. Eanes now will pass this over to the right end. Handling it is Summer Briata. Briata right back to number 24. That's Grace Davison. Davison to Colleran. Colleran with a little hezzy move, steps on the inside, can't find an open shooting lane. She'll pass it right back over to her friend and company, and over the top shot gets blocked by BYU. Actually, that was a pick and beautifully played out. Great defense, trying to go coast to coast. 4-on-3 matchup for BYU, trying to move forward. They have an opportunity again, 4-on-3. Moving it forward was Mia Chambers. Nice spin move, number 5, Tessa Fry, handling it well. Tessa will pass this over to Whitney Sheffield. Now defenders for University of Santa Barbara have stepped up. Nelson in. She's trying to cut along the inside part of the arc. She'll get fouled inside the arc. Looks like we'll have an illegal check. And that'll put players on the line. Hannah Nelson now with an opportunity to make this a 2-4 game. Nelson awaiting the whistle. Gets ready to jump off the arc. Here's Nelson over the top shot, just a bit wide. BYU picking it right back up. Handling it was Belica Gonzalez. BYU trying to get this on the back end inside the crease. Moving along the arc, however, is Sheffield. Sheffield will pass this back out to Nelson. Nelson trying to move back in on the inside. Tries to hit a spin move, can't do anything with it. She'll pass it back out to number 10. That's Lauren Robertson. Robertson loses control. University of Santa Barbara trying to get it right back. However, BYU is able to maintain it. Here's Sheffield. Sheffield back to Nelson. Nelson loses it for a second. She'll get checked, and she slips. Kind of got tapped on the head as she fell there. Looks like we'll have a yellow card actually awarded to number 24. That's Grace Davison with her first yellow of the night. First yellow of the night for either one of these teams. Hannah Nelson will stay outside of the fan. She'll maintain possession, however. Now BYU an extra special opportunity to score, especially after being a man down against University of Santa Barbara. Need to take advantage of this opportunity. BYU trying to cut up on the inside. Not able to do so. They'll pass this back out to Nelson along the fan. She'll move forward to Sheffield. Sheffield tries to cut up on the right end. Can't find an open shooting lane. She'll dish this one right back out. Handling it, however, is number 18. That's Josie Skopek. Dish this on the inside, and a great goal. BYU gets themselves back on the board. And I believe that was number 16. For BYU, that was Clarabelle Skopek. And now Cougars get back in the scoring column. Make this a 4-2 game. Cougars trying to cut this lead down tremendously. Only down by 2 now, still 2 periods left to play. Cougars having to make sure that they can't allow any more goals in for Santa Barbara. Squaring up, number 5, that's Tessa, against number 14, I believe. That is Anika Chang. Apologies, that was Emery facing, or that was Hannah Kang facing off for University of Santa Barbara. Handling it now is number 35, Julia Bogdan for Santa Barbara. UCSB now trying to move on the inside part of the crease. And it looks like we'll have a green card awarded to Mia Chambers for BYU. And apologies on that one. Seems like I might have missed it. But nonetheless, playing with a man down for a minute will be BYU. UCSB now will maintain possession right after the whistle will be blown. UC Santa Barbara now trying to move on the inside end of the crease. Great pass, however, to Julia Bogdan. Bogdan trying to get a centering pass. Not able to do so. Moving along the back end of the net. Good positioning by UC Santa Barbara. Number 18 now, Amanda Grissom handling it. Grissom will pass it out to Kang. Kang right back out to Julia Bogdan. Bogdan trying to move it up on the inside. Handling it's number 16 and a great shot. Cross body and over the top by number 16. That's Kia Kofit. And Kia Kofed doing a great job putting up another goal for University of Santa Barbara and make this a 5-2 game. And one of the biggest things about the University of Santa Barbara is they took advantage of playing with a man down against BYU after that green card was awarded to Mia Chambers, one of their better midfielders for BYU. Now we'll have another face-off opportunity upcoming. Five to 2 now is the score. University of Santa Barbara leading by 3. Still 2 periods left to go. Julia Bogdan takes this immediately right back for University of Santa Barbara. She'll move in on the inside. She actually has a 3-on-3 opportunity. Won't find anybody near the center. Handling it's number 18, that's Grissom. Grissom dishing this one back over to Kayla Carpenter. Carpenter right back over to Hannah Kang. Controlling it at the top of the crease is Colleran. Sorry, at the top of the fan. Great stick work by Grissom. Grissom trying to move forward with her team. And trying to go for a nice move and cut across the inside part of the crease was Carpenter. Here's Hannah Kang. She tried for an opportunity, wasn't able to get a shooting lane. She'll have to take a step back. Almost was another big play there for University of Santa Barbara. Grissom handling it well. Passing along that back end of the net. Trying to move up on the inside part of the crease is Carpenter. Carpenter back out to Bogdan. Bogdan can't control it. BYU will take it right back. Trying to go on the counter. Handling it well, however, is number 11. That's Berkeley Royce. 4-on-3 opportunity. Royce being guarded tightly by number 19. That's Emmy Andre Brown. Looks like we'll have a green card awarded to University of Santa Barbara. That was number 15, Gracie Rodriguez. That's her second green card of the night. Taking this one right back. Here's Anna Nelson. Nelson will pass this back over to number 5, Tessa Fry. Now moving up on the right end is Clarabelle Skopek. She scored a goal so far for BYU. Trying to move in on the inside. Hannah Nelson was trying to go for the centering pass, wasn't able to do so. BYU trying to maintain control along the arc. Handling it well is Sheffield. Sheffield goes for a shot just over the top of the bar, wasn't able to get it. Dishing this one right back, however, to Fry. Fry will dish this back in to number 23. That's Madeline Larkins. Larkins going for a centering pass, trying to get it back in to Fry. Fry wasn't able to control it. University of Santa Barbara taking this one back. Just kind of cradling behind the back of the net. Guarded closely, however, by Sheffield and 23, Madeline Larkin. They'll give the foul. This one gets poked, checked away. We'll have a foul on that last one. This will be awarded right back to University of Santa Barbara. Handling it's number 12. That's going to be Emma Rothjan. Santa Barbara moving it forward. Nice pass to Kia Kofed. She scored 2 goals tonight, looking for the hat trick. Kia along the left end of the fan. She'll pass this one to Carpenter. Apologies. She'll just continue to roll out behind the net. Good job by Kia. Kofed dishes this one out to number 6. That's Ruby Guzdar. She wasn't able to handle it, but picked it right back up. Hannah Kang passing it over to Colleran. Colleran now moving along the top of the arc. She'll try to cut inside, but she's not able to do so. She'll pass this one right back out to Guzdar. Trying to move on the inside, it's Hannah Kang. Kia Kofed behind the goalkeeper. Kia passes this one right back out to number 18. That's Amanda Grissom. Grissom not able to control it, throwing it up on the inside. However, is Colleran, and Colleran finally finds the back of the net. And University of Santa Barbara goes up 6-2. And a great job by MK Colleran. She's done a great job being able to create some separation on the inside end of the crease. She was able to do it right there. Finally found the back of the net, and Colleran gets herself in the scoring column as well. And everybody's getting involved here tonight for the University of Santa Barbara. So far, out of the 6 goals, 5 have been scored by different players. 1 coming from Brooke Ellis, 1 coming from MK Colleran now, 2 from Kia Kofed, as well as 1 from Hannah Kang and 1 from Grace Davison, and the other one coming from Julia Bogdan. And face-off upcoming between both these teams. Hannah Nelson winning face-off. BYU trying to move forward, trying to get themselves back in the scoring column. Cut this deficit down to 3. Not able to handle it well. This one gets poked just right off the left end of the stick. And now University of Santa Barbara trying to move forward. 2-on-2 opportunity here for the University of Santa Barbara. Make it 3-on-2. Fast break upcoming. Not able to control it, however, is Ruby Guzdar. BYU will take it right back. Good stick work by Brenna Miller. University of Santa Barbara playing some good defense. This one gets dropped. Trying to gain control, however, University of Santa Barbara. So there's interference. This will be given right back to BYU. Great job between both these teams. Much physicality being played too, especially for University of Santa Barbara. Lots of hard hits and a lot of hard checks have been the difference maker for this game. Number 16 handling it, Kia Kofed. She'll dish this one in to number 29, and a great shot there by Grace Emery. It was only determined for her to get a goal as well. Emery now gets involved, and now University of Santa Barbara leads 7-2. And a great snipe there by Gracie Emery. She's done a great job moving along the crease the whole game. She was able to find the right side open, and she took an advantage. And she was able to finish out. 7-2 now the score between both these teams. University of Santa Barbara, 6 different players have been involved in goals tonight. And one of them just happens to be Grace Emery, one of the main attackers for this University of Santa Barbara squad. 7-2, third period between both these teams. BYU down by 5, a huge deficit. They hope to climb themselves out of this hole. Getting ready for face-off. Referee trying to make sure sticks are level. It's be poked up. University of Santa Barbara gets control right back. Number 24, Grace Davison handling it. Fake move and finds top shelf. Oh my gosh, Kayla Carpenter being able to find the back of the net herself as well. And within seconds, the University of Santa Barbara gets right back on it and right back into the score column. 8-2 now is the score. And talk about a way to open up a tournament. Beautifully executed there by Kayla Carpenter, one of the other best attackers for this Santa Barbara squad. She's able to find top shelf netting. And now make that 7 different players with goals tonight for the University of Santa Barbara. Almost every single one of the attackers for the Santa Barbara squad has scored here tonight. Only a few waiting for goals at this point is what it seems. 8-2 for the University of Santa Barbara. Face-off waiting, making sure sticks are level. Hannah Nelson squaring off for BYU. Referee taking his time with the face-off. Finally able to separate. Here it goes. Flown up. BYU's Hannah Nelson's able to get it. BYU moving forward, charging ahead. Hannah Nelson trying to make everything happen by herself. She cuts on the inside, loses it. Handling it well, however, was Kelly Gibson, apologies. Gibson will pass it to Johnson. Johnson right back over to Berkeley Royce. Royce will dish this one out to Clarabella Skopek. She has a goal tonight for the BYU squad. Handling it well, however, it's number 6. I believe that's Sheffield. Sheffield loses possession. This gets poked away. University of Santa Barbara moving forward. Handling it well, however, is Brooke Ellis. Ellis passing this one along the left end. As will go out of bounds, awarded back to BYU. And moving forward with this one for BYU, number 21, Brenna Miller. This one will just get thrown away to the right end. As be given right back to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara controlling it on their own in their own box, moving it forward, passing it to 10. That's Jackie Eanes. Adds passing this one forward to 24. That's Grace Davison. She has a yellow card, one of the only yellow cards tonight between either one of these teams. Ruby Guzdar handling it. She'll pass this one right back over to Kayla Carpenter. Kayla Carpenter gets picked off, and now moving forward with it is BYU. 8-2 is the score again. Third period of play. Moving it forward, number 12. It's Abigail Hopper for BYU. Hopper being guarded closely by Ruby Guzdar. They'll dish this one back out to number 16. Moving forward, however, is 21, Brenna Miller. Miller will get this one poked away. Handling it is Davison. Davison gets hit. She'll give this one right back to fellow teammate, 16, Kia Kofed. She's looking for the hat trick. Kia moving forward. Solid pass, however, right back to Guzdar. Guzdar now along the right end. Trying to pass this one forward. She'll dish this one out to Kang. Handling it is Kia Kofed. Kofed will dish this one over to Davison. Davison passes this one right back to Ellis. Ellis to Carpenter. Carpenter trying to move along the right end of the arc. She'll dish this one right back out to Guzdar. Guzdar will pass this one to 15, Gracie Rodriguez. Rodriguez moving up on the inside. She'll fire and able to get so. That's Kia Kofed. She'll get the hat trick officially. 9-2 now is the score here. Santa Barbara's Kia Kofed finds the hat trick tonight. And if you want to talk about an MVP, Kia's been making it happen. And I thought I was at a car dealership because Kia's got some soul. Kia co-fed 3 goals on the night. University of Santa Barbara now leading 9-2 against the BYU Cougars. Face-off still upcoming. Still in the third period here. Kia co-fed adding salt to injury against BYU. 7-point deficit for the Cougars. An early face-off win for Hannah Nelson. BYU moving forward with it. Trying to just get another goal in before the end of this third period of play. Handling it's number 7. That'll be Kate Johnson. Johnson passing it back over to Skopek. Skopek to Royce. Royce handling it. Dishing this one back out to Gibson. Gibson handling it now. Trying to cradle along the top of the arc. She'll pass this one right back over to Johnson. Johnson at the top of the box, moving in the inside part of the arc. Johnson cuts back, trying to move up on the inside, gets poked away. Santa Barbara getting back possession, moving forward, trying to get out of their own box. That's Hannah Kang. Kang will try to move it forward. Ground ball gets picked off, given right back to BYU. Handling it, however, well, is Gibson. Gibson being guarded tightly by 2 defenders. And this one gets poked away. Good poke check by Kayla Carpenter. Hannah Kang trying to control it. She loses it. BYU is able to maintain. Here's Sheffield. Sheffield back out to number 16. That's Clarabelle Skopek. Skopek passing it over to Gibson. Apologies, Johnson. Here's Gibson. Over to Skopek. To Royce. Royce handling it on the right end of the crease. She'll get a centering pass on the inside. And little confusion, but it looks like this gets hit off of number 1, Kelly Gibson. And very surprisingly, a deflection gives the Cougars their 3rd goal of the game. And I believe that goal will be awarded to Kelly Gibson. And we got ourselves a 9-3 game here. And to just kind of play back what exactly happened, it looked like Kate Johnson was trying to go for a centering pass to Kelly Gibson. Kelly stood right in front of the goalkeeper and just right in front of the crease, and that one gets deflected off her, and that gets awarded as a BYU goal. So 9-3 is the score now. And the University of Santa Barbara still looking to add to their lead. 9-3 is the score. University of Santa Barbara trying to get things right back. Hannah Kang moving forward. She has a goal tonight as well. This will be a pass right back over to Colleran. Colleran scored one of the previous goals for this team. Moving forward, Kayla Carpenter. Kayla trying to move up on the inside part of the arc. She'll pass this one right back out to Colleran. Colleran moving along the top of the fan, rotating to the left side. Dishing this one right back over to number 29. That's Grace Emery. Emery now trying to move on the inside part of the crease. Gets this one poked away. Good defense by BYU. Going for a centering pass. Gets picked off. Santa Barbara gets it right back. We'll have a foul on the inside part of the arc. Still in the third period here. 1 minute warning is declared. And here's Santa Barbara trying to make last-second efforts here in the third period. And here's a shot on goal, but great block, however, by Anna Kreppel. Moving on the inside was Julia Bogdan. Bogdan has a goal already for Santa Barbara tonight. Here's a dish back, and BYU just trying to make sure this moves forward and doesn't allow Santa Barbara to score again before the end of the third. And picking it right back up, however, is Grace Emery. Emery tries to move on the inside. This one gets deflected out to the left end. And a great, great, great third period of play for the University of Santa Barbara. And apologies about that, folks. That'll signal an end to halftime. So at the end of the first half, University of Santa Barbara 9 to BYU's 3. Still lots and lots more time left to go. We still got another 2 periods left to play. Another exciting half left to go. We'll be back after a few minutes of intermission between both these squads. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Tempe, Arizona on the South Mountain Sports Network on YouTube. We're getting started here in the third quarter of play. We'll have a green card to start things off early on. For number 6 for BYU, that'll be awarded to Whitney Sheffield. But so far, in case you're just joining us, 9-3 is the score. University of Santa Barbara has been playing BYU in the Cactus Classic here in Tempe, Arizona. They're looking to extend their lead here. Still a lot of time left to go. BYU looking to erase this deficit that they're in. Santa Barbara trying to move up on the inside. BYU takes it right back. Been a very physical game. This one gets swatted away. University of Santa Barbara tries to move in. That'll be a foul. Warded, and ball will be given right back to BYU. Very physical, as I was just mentioning. Lots and lots of checks, lots of pokes, lots of picks as well have been occurring in this one. And it's been a fun one. A lot of people have been invested. Lots of people show up so far for the BYU game against University of Santa Barbara. Following this, I believe we have the game of Michigan State versus Auburn, and that'll be up next. University of Santa Barbara is number 11, however. That's Brooke Ellis controlling it now. And we have a hat trick as well tonight so far. Number 16 for UCSB. That's Kia Kofet. She had a hat trick in just the first half and is looking to do more damage for the UCSB squad. Handling it, MK Colleran. She'll dish this out to the right side. Handling it's Ellis. Ellis right back over to Emery. But not being able to handle it is Grace Davison. We also would like to thank everybody so much for tuning in. This has been a volunteering gig for everybody here today. Joined alongside me is my cameraman, Matt Weisiker. He's done a great job tonight as well. And it's been fun. We'd like to also give a quick shout out to the South Mountain Sports nonprofit. If everybody wants to possibly go check it out, there is a link in the YouTube channel to help pay for kids to play lacrosse. It's really empowering. It's really supportive and want to help out everybody here a lot. Thank you so much for tuning in. Back to the action. BYU picks it up, handling it at midfield. Solid check, however, by Brooke Ellis. And apologies, that wasn't Brooke Ellis. That was number 17 for University of Santa Barbara. That was Maya Dumas. She'll get her green card awarded. 2 green cards already given out so far here. The first period of play in the second half. Hannah Nelson now taking it over for BYU. She handles it at the top of the arc, trying to move around. Solid spin move and cuts on the inside, not able to find an open shooting lane. She'll dish this right back to Kate Johnson. Johnson handling it well. And now we'll have an upcoming shot from the crease. Holding it is Kate Johnson. Kate Johnson looking to make this a 4-9 game and erase the 6-point deficit and make it a 5-point deficit. She'll move on the inside. A bounce shot. Great block by University of Santa Barbara. Beautifully played out by number 37, Karina Narin. Doing a great job being able to read the offensive look. BYU will scoop this one back up. Pass this back over to number 11. BYU dishes it on the inside. Sheffield had an open shot and just wide. University of Santa Barbara caught a real break on that one. A fast break opportunity, and BYU goes for naught. 9-3 is the score. University of Santa Barbara looking to keep imposing their will in this one. This one will just keep kind of rolling away. BYU pick it back up in their own box. Handling it and dishing this one out. Trying to clear it. It's number 12, Abigail Hopper. That'll go out of bounds, and University of Santa Barbara will pick it right back up. Handling it, Grace Emery. She has a goal tonight as well. Given right back to number 13, Colleran. She has a goal. She's done a great job creating separation within the arc and the crease, and she's going to try and continue to do that here in the second half. Handling it's Kayla Carpenter. Carpenter rolling along the right end of the crease. She'll try and dish this one right back out to number 10. That's Jackie Eanes. Handling it's Ellis. Ellis passing this one over to number 16, Kia Kofed. Back to Carpenter. Carpenter will pass this one out to Eanes. Eanes trying to cut up on the inside. She'll do an over-the-head shot. Can't get it to go. This will be awarded right back to UCSB after this was a deflection off of a BYU player. Taking it back in, however, is Kia Kofed. Back out to Eanes. Eanes passing this one forward to Grace Davison. Trying to move along the top of the fan. She'll try and cut on the inside. Dishing this one right back over to Brookie Ellis. Ellis now trying to cut up on the inside. Fake shot. Throw this one over to number 29. And here's a bounce shot and scored. A beautiful played out shot by Grace Emery. She gets her second goal of the night and the 10th goal overall for the UC Santa Barbara squad. Now Grace Emery gives her team double digits on the scoreboard. 10-3. Beautifully played out there by Grace Emery. She did a great job being able to read the inside seam of the crease. She was able to find open netting. A bounce shot puts UCSB back in the scoring column once again. 10-3 is the score against the Cougars, and the heavily favored UC Santa Barbara squad imposes their will once again. And UC Santa Barbara starting out early on again after a face-off win. Handling it's number 15 for University of Santa Barbara. That's Gracie Rodriguez. Rodriguez moves it forward. Past to Colleran. Colleran dishing this one back out to number 6. That's Ruby Guzdar. Guzdar passing it over to number 19, Emmy Andre Brown. Anna King now at the top of the fan. Maintaining possession. A good little cut. Tries to move up on the inside. Can't find a shooting lane. Here's Guzdar. Being guarded tightly by number 21, Brenna Miller. Here's another pass. Right back over to Julia Bogdan. Handling it. Number 13. Trying to move up on the inside. This one gets swatted away. MK Colleran wasn't able to hold on to it. Getting it right back, however, is Abigail Hooper. Apologies. Now BYU trying to move it forward. Handling it again is Brenna Miller. Miller being guarded tightly. Able to get a pass off, however, to number 17, Amelia Henderson. Henderson dishes this one right back to Belica Gonzalez. Gonzalez moves this one forward again, passing it to Henderson. Henderson trying to cut up on the inside. Isn't able to do so. She'll dish this out behind the net to Madeline Larkin. Now handling against Miller. Miller trying to go for a centering pass and able to get it to go. Number 5 for BYU. That's Tessa Fry with her second goal of the night. And now 2 players knocking on hat tricks. Make that a 10-4 score. And BYU able to get a goal in. And now 2 players knocking on hat tricks' doorsteps. Tessa Fry for BYU as well as Grace Emery for the UC Santa Barbara squad. Quick substitution now. Now coming in number 27, Mia Chambers for Tessa Fry. Again, 2 goals so far, over 50. About 50% of the goals for the BYU squad are to attribute to Tessa. University of Santa Barbara trying to go after the toss. This is a ground ball. Trying to take back control, and they do so. UC Santa Barbara passing back to move forward. Handling it is number 25, Claire Tim. And Gracie Rodriguez trying to do something with it. And here's a nice little clear forward to Hannah Kang. Kang moving it forward as well to number 5. Now, nice dish on the inside. University of Santa Barbara trying to find an open shooting lane. Here's a pass on the inside to Colleran. This gets deflected away. Kate Johnson maintains possession for BYU. She rolls back out to her inside part of the box. Here's Whitney Esplin. Esplin passing it forward to number 12. Here's Abigail Hooper. She tries to get pushed out of bounds, and she does. The awarded back to University of Santa Barbara. Now handling it and dishing it back over to Kayla Carpenter. His number was number 18, Amanda Grissom. Kayla Carpenter now holding it along the right end of the arc. Carpenter looking for an open pass. Isn't able to find anything across the center. Here's Hannah Kang back out to Colleran. Colleran dishing this one right back over to Grissom. Grissom over to number 29. That's Grace Emery. She's knocking on a hat trick. Hannah Kang gets this one along the left end of the fan, trying to make a move on the inside. She's able to cut through. Good spin move. Wasn't able to find an open lane. Back out over to Emery. Emery now trying to make a lane of her own. Tries to move inside. 3 defenders there trying to knock her loose. Grissom now handling it on the right side. MK Colleran tries to go for a shot, but a great block, however, by Anna Cripple. And Colleran was trying to go between the legs, trying to find the 5-hole and wasn't able to do so. This one gets poked away. BYU is able to control it. Passing this one forward. Not able to handle it, however, was number 11 for BYU. That was Berkeley Royce. And this one will actually be awarded to BYU. Trying to get pushed out, however, not letting it slide is Berkeley Royce. Berkeley trying to move up on the inside. University of Santa Barbara pokes this one away. UCSB trying to gain control right on their inside part of the crease. They were able to do so. Crucial moment there, almost let BYU get to the best of them. UC Santa Barbara trying to move forward. Solid passes all the way around. Here's Julia Bogdan trying to move forward. She gets a nice opportunity for a counterattack here. Lots of defenders already in BYU zone. Here's Bogdan trying to move up on the inside. Wasn't able to find an open lane. Passing it right back out to number 29, Grace Emery. Emery now trying to move along the right end of the crease. Passing this one over to Davison. Davison now in the arc, but poked away. I'll say that's a foul. And Davison will get this one on the inside part of the arc. And here's UCSB trying to make something happen. Grace Davison not able to find a shooting lane either. Moving forward, however, is number 10, Jackie Enns. Eanes trying to move forward. She cuts on the inside. Tries to go for a shot and gets in. Jackie Enns with her first goal of the night. And BYU goes down once again by 7. 11-4 here. UCSB strikes once again. And this UCSB team eating good. Posing their will. Great physicality and great job being able to read their opponent's defense. Great centering passes all the way around. Timeout called, but great defense and great offense being played on both sides. Hello and welcome everybody back to Tempe, Arizona. We just had a 2-minute timeout after BYU was looking to regain their thoughts. 11-4 is the score. University of Santa Barbara leads by 7. Great game so far tonight. We'd also like to thank everybody that's shown out tonight, all the volunteers for the South Mountain Sports. And we're happy for everybody listening to us over there on our YouTube channel. We have more coverage later tonight after this game. We still have a few games with ASU, OK State, as well as GCU involved. Getting back to the game at hand, number 10 handling it for University of Santa Barbara. That's Jackie Eanes. Trying to move it on the inside, however, is Guzdar. Guzdar can't handle it. She'll pass it, however, right back to teammate number 29, Grace Emery. Trying to move it on the inside. Emery gets blocked. And this will get poked away. Be awarded right back to this UCSB squad. Looks like we'll have a ref discussion too about who the ball actually went out on. And we'll say it is indeed UCSB's ball. Handling it is Emery. Emery passing this one right back over to Guzdar. Guzdar now on the right end of the crease. Passing this one over to Colleran. Colleran dishing this one out to Ellis. Ellis can't handle it. She'll scoop it right back up, however. She's guarded by number 3. That's Hannah Nelson for BYU. Here's Colleran. Colleran trying to go for a centering pass. She'll find Emery along the back end of the net. Trying to move it forward on the right end of the crease is Kayla Carpenter. Passing it right back over to Davison. Davison rotating on top of the fan. Davison passing it now on the inside. Solid pass, however, to Emery. Now handling it, it's number 10. That's going to be Jackie Eanes. Eanes now passing this one on the inside. Getting this one to Guzdar. Guzdar passes this one back out to Jackie. Jackie now dishing it over to Colleran. Colleran right back to Ellis. Ellis now cutting in on the left end of the crease. Right back to Eanes. Eanes moving in on the inside. Trying to go for a centering pass. Not able to find anybody. She'll pass this one to Emery. Emery now moving along the left end to Kayla Carpenter. Kayla Carpenter moving in front, and she gets it! Kayla Carpenter rotating on the front end of the crease. Finds the back of the net. And now UCSB goes up to 12. So 12-4 is the score now between UCSB and the Cougars. And so far, excellent offense and ball pressure has been the biggest standout for this UCSB squad. This on-ball pressure has been something that BYU hasn't been able to keep up with. And also, just UCSB's sheer IQ between the inside part of the arc and the inside part of the crease. The centering passes have been on point. And everything has just been working out in their favor. The pass efficiency has been there for this UCSB squad. BYU's not been able to find it yet, trying to put their best foot forward towards the back half of this game. And UCSB 12-4, 8-point lead now for Santa Barbara. Now BYU moving forward after a good face-off win, handling its number 11, Berkeley Royce. Of a foul on that one. Green card will most likely be awarded for body check. Cross check, apologies. And that will be a green card to number 18. That's Amanda Grissom. BYU's Hannah Nelson trying to move up on the inside. Good cuts. Tries to rotate back around. She'll pass this one right back out to 7. That's Kate Johnson. Kate Johnson dishing this one out to number 33, Gonzalez. She can't handle it. And BYU now loses possession. Ground ball gets picked up by Nelson. Another foul on that one. And also, after that latest goal by Kayla Carpenter, that is her second goal of the night, meaning that Kayla is now also knocking on the doorstep of a hat trick as well. And here's a little bit of an overthrow by the goalkeeper for UCSB, and here's a hard check. And just a foul will be awarded. No card. Here's the throw-in now from BYU. Moving forward. Good alternation behind the net. Good defense and good screens being set up now by BYU on the inside part of the crease. Here's a pass over to Hannah Nelson. Hannah Nelson takes a shot at a great block by Karina Narin. And she's been fantastic tonight for this UCSB squad. Here's a hard check here. And a green card will be awarded to number 12. That'll be on Abigail Hopper. Her first card of the night. And moving forward with it is number 21. That's Megan Hales for this UCSB squad. Hales moving forward. BYU playing some good defense, however. This one getting swatted away. Handling it, however, is number 2. That's Rebecca Anderson. BYU now trying to move forward on a fast break opportunity. And that'll get squattered. UCSB there in time. Moving forward with it, however, BYU. Handling it's Kate Johnson. Johnson loses control. UCSB trying to join the pickup game. Johnson gets there first. So the right end. Here's Hannah Nelson. Nelson dishes this one back to 33. That's Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to move on the inside part of the arc. Not able to make anything happen of it. Trying to move forward now, number 22, Abby Deegan. Deegan wasn't able to find an open shooting lane. She'll dish this one up to Sheffield. Sheffield alternating on the left end crease. She'll pass this one along the back end of the net. And a hard check and a blowhorn signals an end to the third period of play. 12-4, 3 goals so far from this UCSB squad in this third period, and 1 goal coming from BYU. Now 3 players wanting hat tricks, Grace Emery as well as Kayla Carpenter for UC Santa Barbara, and 1 upcoming for Tessa Free if she can knock 1 more in. We'll be back after a brief intermission. Hello and I welcome everybody back to Tempe, Arizona for the Cactus Classic. Women's lacrosse, apologies. We're on soccer fields. But women's lacrosse back underway on South Mountain Sports Network on YouTube. South Mountain Lacrosse as it stands for today. UC Santa Barbara leading 12-4 against the BYU Cougars. It's been a fun one. So far we've had 1 hat trick from Kia Kofed for UCSB. Knocking on the doors, Grace Emery, number 29 for UCSB, as well as Kayla Carpenter. Also for BYU, Tessa Free. She's also been attacking well for BYU, and she's 1 goal away from a hat trick herself. BYU just trying to diminish this deficit the best of their abilities. Handling it well, however, is number 17, Amelia Henderson. This gets poked away. UCSB trying to pick it up. They do so. BYU, however, join alongside them. 31, Chloe Jensen trying to move on the inside. This one gets deflected away, and Chloe touches it last. This will be given right back to BYU. BYU moving forward. 21, Brenna Miller handling it well. Taking this one out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez moving on the inside. Here's a nice little spin move and a chuck between the legs. Number 33, that was Gonzalez, was trying to go for it. And thought it rolled in for a minute, but the referees will say it did not go. And since that's the case, that's a beautiful block by Karina Narin. And UCSB trying to handle it now. Number 39 for UCSB into the game now. Apologies, number 29, Grace Emery. And have a green card awarded. UCSB now trying to move forward on the attack. Here's Guzdar now at the top of the fan. Passing it right back over to 31. That's Chloe Jensen. Jensen over to Emery. Emery looking for the hat trick. 1 away. Emery will pass this one into Guzdar. Guzdar now trying to pass this one all the way on the left end. And this will just roll away. That'll be given right back to BYU. It was a rough pass. A lot of heat on it by Emery, but not able to handle it was Megan Hales. And BYU will get it right back. Solid passing so far from BYU. They're moving forward. And BYU just not able to handle it well, and UCSB doing their best to try and poke it away, weren't able to do so. BYU moving forward. Rebecca Anderson moving forward. Guarded closely by Guzdar. She breaks through, solid check, and she just keeps cutting up lanes. Here now moving forward is number 5, that's Tessa Fry. She's one away as well from a hat trick. And it looks like we'll have a foul. Now getting the throw on the inside crease. It's number 33, that's Gonzalez, one of the main attackers for this BYU team. She moves forward, throws it over the head, shot it, she gets it! BYU on the board, and Balika Gonzalez gets herself in the goal column. BYU now changes their deficit from 8 to 7. 5 goals on the night for BYU, 12 on the night for UCSB. BYU gives themselves another goal and more hope to potentially tie this one up and do the best they can to at least diminish this deficit to the best of their capabilities. Now awaiting face-off, number 23 for UCSB, that's Hannah King. She had an early goal in the first quarter of play for UCSB. And face-off's been taking a little longer here. Tempe taking a little bit longer time for face-offs to get ready. Hannah King and UCSB will take control of the early face-off victory. Hannah King still moving along the far end of the field, trying to move forward. Solid pass, however, into number 23. That's number 29. That's Grace Emery. Emery now to 21. That's Megan Hales. Megan Hales over to Kaylee Carpenter. Now handling it's number 28. That's Aubrey Wizenweski. And a great pick again by number 2, Rebecca Anderson. She's been a great defenseman for this BYU squad so far. She almost gets picked off. So we still giving back to BYU. And Anderson's been a real big factor since she's came into the game. She's been great defensively. Handling it and scooping this one up well is Kelly Gibson. She has an unintentional goal on the night. She, back in the second period, had a shot get deflected off of her, but she was credited with the goal. And put BYU in the scoring column. Hence the 5-12 score. And UCSB still leading by 7. Still a lot of time left to go in this fourth quarter. Trying to move in on the inside is number 4. That's Lizzie Van Valkenburg. Lizzie passing this one out to number 11. That's Berkeley Royce. Royce loses possession after a solid check, however. Number 3, it's Casey Deprenbrock. Casey with a hard check there. And another hard check, too, by number 28. That's Aubrey Wizenweski. And an automatic award will be given to number 4 for BYU. Again, that's Valkenburg. She'll get to throw this one off the arc line. Most likely we'll try to go for a centering pass instead of straight forward. She'll dish this one out, pass behind the net. Trying to move forward, another centering pass. Not able to do anything with it. Trying to roll it in, however, was Sheffield. What a good read, however, by Karina Narin. And great goalkeeping so far for this USBC squad. And this one gets poked away. Solid pickoff by Sheffield. Sheffield trying to move forward. Great handling so far by this BYU squad. And a solid over-the-head shot. Falls in for number 33. That's Gonzalez once again. And back-to-back goals by BYU off the same player. That's Bellica Gonzalez. Make this a 12-6 game for BYU. And now BYU has another player knocking on a hat trick. BYU only down by 6. Still has a lot of time to make something happen here in the fourth quarter of play. That was a really big foul that BYU was able to capitalize on. Great job, too, by Sheffield being able to read the behind-the-back pass. And BYU, behind the net pass, apologies. But BYU did a great job reading defense on that one. Here's Jensen moving forward with it, along with Hannah Nelson. Nelson now trying to move on the inside part of the crease. Not being able to handle it well, however, is number 16. This gets checked away. Santa Barbara picking this one up. Here's Nelson. She picks this one back up. Nelson moving on the inside part of the crease. Gets fouled on the inside arc. And now Nelson will line up right in front of the keeper. And BYU has an opportunity to get another one in. We'll wait for the whistle. There's Nelson moving forward. Over the head shot. Throws it down, but a great block there by Naren. That's a huge play there for Santa Barbara. And an even better play by Naren. Great read. Nelson kind of gave away her shot a little bit early, kept it a little high for too long, and Naren was able just to read the shot. Here's Nelson trying to move in on the inside. Hannah can't find anybody. Finally able to find number 9. That's Malia Hansen. Hansen trying to move in on the inside. She'll pass this one out to Sheffield on the fan. From the fan, back to Valkenburg. Valkenburg swinging to her left. Pass to Sheffield on the fan. Sheffield moving in. Trying to square up to the right side. Lays down a super big hit. And that'll be automatically awarded back to UC Santa Barbara. See the aggressiveness wearing off a little bit here from Santa Barbara as they're trying to take things a little more slow, especially after their 6-point lead that they've given themselves. Looks like we'll have a foul here on the inside arc. Now handling it, I believe, is number 18. That's Amanda Grissom. Apologies, that was 16, passing it out to Guzdar. That was number 16, Kia Kofed. She's got a hat trick tonight for this UCSB squad. Handling it at the top of the fan. That's Jackie Eanes. Eanes moving in on their left end. She has fellow teammate go down in front of her, and that was, I believe, Brooke Ellis who just kind of tripped in front of her, and that stopped the whole play. Now moving forward is BYU. Handling it well is number 9. That's going to be Malia Hansen. Hansen now moving forward. Waiting for friends and company. Here's Hannah Nelson. Nelson dishing this out to Valkenburg. Valkenburg, a little too much on that one, but this will be scooped up right away by Hansen. Hansen alternating to the top fan. Back to Nelson. Nelson cutting up the right end. She throws and bounces this one just a tad bit wide. Should be given right back to UCSB. Bit of fun past couple of hours here. Tempe, Arizona. And here picking this one back up for BYU is Hannah. Hannah now alternating within her own attacking zone. Back out to Valkenburg. Valkenburg, solid passing over to number 16. That's Skopek. Skopek has a goal tonight already. Handling this is Gonzalez. Gonzalez already has 2 goals on back-to-back plays for BYU so far. This one's a little bit wide, and trying to scoop this one up is UCSB's number 6, Guzdar, but BYU gets it right back. That's number 12, Abigail Hooper. This one rolls all the way on the far end and will roll out. UCSB gets possession right back. Now, BYU gets this right back as well. 12-6 is the score so far between both these teams. UCSB has done a great job playing aggressively and playing the offense to the best of their abilities. And in tournaments like these, this is where you want to conserve your energy the best you can. And you can see, too, UCSB trying to take things a little slower here in the late stages. Even though they have a 6-point lead, they want to make sure that they don't wear out some of their starters before their next game. Handling it, however, is Nelson. BYU just wanting to add more points to their total. Nelson gets tripped up on the inside arc. Taking this one away, however, is number 22, Abby Deegan. UCSB is able to take this one back. Here's Naren holding on to it. Naren passes it over to number 29. I believe that's Emery. Emery now on the far end, trying to move forward. She'll dish this one forward to number 16. I believe that's Kia Kofed. Kofed passing this one on the inside. Kayla Carpenter now, a centering pass. Tries to go for a shot, isn't able to find a lane. She gets tripped up just on the outside part of the box. Kaylee Carpenter will stand behind the actual goalkeeper. Try to move forward. Kayla Carpenter alternates behind the left end of the net. Tries to go for a centering pass. Nobody's there. Kayla Carpenter cuts in front. She's able to find number 16, and here's a shot, but picked up. Great job by Anna Kreppel being able to read it. That was a solid shot by Kia Kothed. She was looking for her 4th of the night. Holding on to it well is number 21. That's Brianna Miller. Apologies about that. Handling it is Hannah King. BYU swatting this one away. And trying to go up for it. One-on-one opportunity for BYU. The fast break gets squandered. However, BYU still holding on to it. Going for back-to-back opportunities. And Naren gets it. Great defense by UCSB. Great job by Santa Barbara being able to put a stop to that play. That was Tessa Fry. She was looking for a hat trick. Wasn't able to get it. Handling it well, however, is number 10. That's Jackie Enns. Enns moving forward. Goes for the one-on-one opportunity. Passes it to Kayla Carpenter. Carpenter finds top shelf. And she gets a hat trick of her own. Taking Carpenter to a whole new meaning as she's just absolutely building that score column here for Santa Barbara. Kayla Carpenter obtains the hat trick, as well with Kia Kofed, 2 of the best attackers so far for this UCSB squad. And now Santa Barbara extends their lead once again, 13-6. And Carpenter's absolutely building something here tonight for Santa Barbara. And UCSB, 13-6. Once again, they take back control. Grace Davison handling it now well, trying to move up on the inside. She'll pass this over a little too much on it and a little too wide. She was trying to find Kia Kofed on the inside part of the fan. Wasn't able to get anything going. Moving forward with it, however, is number 21 for BYU, Brenna Miller. Miller gets this one poked away. UCSB moving forward, 26 handling it. That's Ava Shandy. Passing it right back over to number 29, Grace Emery. Emery now passing it over to 23. That's Hannah Kang. Kang to Davison. Davison back to Guzdar. Guzdar finds Hannah Kang on the inside. Over the head shot. And a great blocking end by Anna Kreppel. And picked off again by number 29. That's Grace Emery. Emery finds the bottom. And she gets her hat trick. And Kayla Carpenter, Grace Emery, and Kia Kofed combined for 9. UCSB goes up 14-6. And the 2 biggest players on this team, who are all looking for hat tricks, knocking on the door since the second period, have now found the back of the net, and now they have themselves a hat trick of their own. 9 points between this trio, split up 3 different ways. Kayla Carpenter, Grace Emery, and Kia Kofed have all built themselves a hat trick here tonight in the Cactus Classic in Tempe, Arizona. 14-6. UCSB leading by 8. Poked away. Trying to take it now is Hannah Kang. She gets it. Moving forward. And UCSB, Santa Barbara, trying to expand their lead. Moving forward is Guzdar. Guzdar passing it now along the left end. Handling it is number 16. That's Kia Kofed. Kofed dishing this one out to 18. That's Grissom. Grissom passing this one to Davison. Davison slips in the arc. Somehow is still able to get a pass off. Great job by Emery. Emery dishing this one in to Guzdar. Guzdar gets hit on the inside part of the arc. You see Santa Barbara and BYU fighting for it. Ground ball now kicked away. Hannah Kang chasing after it. However, on top of it is Hooper. Hooper gets it right back. Here's a pass to Rebecca Anderson. Anderson trying to take it forward now. And again, Anderson's been a great defensive member so far for this BYU squad. Regardless of the score, Anderson's done a great job by her own, taking control. Handling it and trying to scoop it up is number 23. That's going to be Madeline Larkin. She's able to pick it up finally, and 3 defenders on her. Larkin moving forward on the right end of the fan. Trying to find someone in the center. She finds number 5. That's Tessa Fry. She's looking for a hat trick. And handling it now is number 17. That's going to be Amelia Henderson. Henderson dishing this one over to Huntington. Now back over to Tessa. Tessa alternating on the right end of the crease. She'll dish this one into Gonzalez. Gonzalez misses wide. She'll get fouled, however, on the inside arc. But regardless of it, refs wave it off and be awarded to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara now getting it right back. Passing it over to Naren. Naren trying to move it forward. Apologies, can't deliver an actual time for everybody listening. And as I say that, that's the end. The University of Santa Barbara kicks things off in the Cactus Classic in the best of best ways. 14-6 against BYU. Kayla Carpenter, as well as Kia Kofed and Grace Emery combined for a hat trick. Tessa Frey, as well as Bellica Gonzalez were knocking on it for BYU. Kelly Gibson, Tessa Fry, Clarabella Skopek, and Gonzalez were the goal scorers for this BYU squad. We also saw Kayla Carpenter get a hat trick. Jackie N score, Brooke Ellis score. MK Colleran with a great job and a great pass across the middle of the field. Took it right back, and she was able to score by herself. Kia Kofed with a hat trick as well. Hannah Kang scored the first goal of the night for UC Santa Barbara. Grace Emery also got a hat trick, and ending things off was Julia Bogdan, who scored in the second period. MVP of tonight's game, no doubt about it, was Kia Kofed, as well as Karina Naren. They've done a great job for this University of Santa Barbara squad. Kia Kofed with over 2 assists as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to this early stages of the Cactus Classic between the University of Santa Barbara. They took it home against BYU.